Just was.
What is going on? Before we get into this watch wars, I want to give a shout out, a major shout out to today's sponsor, Alex at Haveston.com. Haveston Vintage Military Industrial Design is sponsoring this episode with a giveaway. What does that look like per se? Well, when we do these kind of giveaways, typically what happens is the sponsor will send in the items for the giveaway. I'll keep one and then I'll give one away. So he sent in 4 straps today. 1 on rubber, actually 2 on rubber, 2 are single pass. So these 2 are staying with me in the studio, but these 2 are going to you. These are the giveaway. And I'm gonna sweeten the pot a little with another little giveaway from our other partner, countycom.com. Now I've not gotten to do the video on these just yet, but our second collab is about to go live with Mike at countycom.com. I rang him up and I said, you know what, Mike? We out here in the watch world need good spring bars, the good ones, as I'm calling them, because there's so much junk out there in terms of spring bar kits. So he put these together, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 millimeters, 10 of each, and for sale at countycom.com. But stay tuned for the formal video on these. He sent me a grip of these, and I want to throw one in. Since Alex was so gracious in giving me these straps to give away, I want to give these away too. So these are the 3 things that are going to you during the giveaway. Now, where did Alex get this amazing, let's pull it up here. Look at this amazing pattern, and you're going to see more of it as we get into the watch wall. I couldn't help but bring it up right away. It is so freaking cool and awesome, whether it's on the rubber or on the single pass. And this is a more traditional colorway, but this is the actual camouflage. And this is based on the 1982 Berlin Brigade camouflage. When they discovered that olive drab wasn't working in urban environments, so the British 47th Royal Dragoon Guards Tank Squadron decided, hey, we need to use this instead. And that's the origin of the camo pattern. It is meant for urban warfare. More details about the origins of it are available at haveston.com. And Alex, Mike, so grateful for you sending these items in, and absolutely cannot wait to give these away to the lucky winner. We will give you the phrase that pays and the specificity of the giveaway at the end of the video. But now, let's get into the watch war. I've got my flight gloves on, mostly because Hanhart is pilot, but this is also, chronograph, aviator, sea diver. But this one definitely leans a little more towards a diver aesthetic. So I felt that the Haveston, gorgeous strap. The rubber one belonged a little more with the Nivada, and the single pass more with the Hanhart. I think we've seen this Chronomaster only book on the channel before, and certainly love the Hanhart. This is the Red Lion. To be fair, we're not going to be considering the Red Lion in this watch war because the Red Lion is a special limited edition sold out. We're going to think of the regular 417 ES 1954. That way it'll be apples to apples. And another reminder, in order to be fair, we are looking at 26 criteria across the 4 sectors of exterior, interior, movement, and market. There's always going to be a market evaluation component to my reviews. And don't worry, I'm not going to belabor it. It's not going to take us forever to get through that. In fact, I'm going to probably go through it pretty rapid fire. Before we get started, let's put up some dims. Let's put some numbers up on the board so you can get an at a glance understanding of what it is we're doing with these watches, what they represent. And you're going to see pretty right away there is going to be a bit of a price chasm between them. They are still within range of one another. They are modern reissues of vintage heritage pieces, and so it is relevant. I do want to give a shout out to TGV Urban Gentry. I considered, the reason I'm doing this episode is he and Mark were doing an episode, long format, where they were answering everyone's questions that's submitted, practically everyone. And one of the questions, someone had asked TGB if he had to choose between the Nivada and the Hanhart, which would he go with? He, of course, went with Hanhart. He and I are huge Hanhart fans, but then it got me to thinking, I need to run these two through the mill and see who wins on, the straight up objective merits of the analysis of the watch war. Now, trying to be objective as possible, that is the goal of the watch war, and we'll see how it shakes down at the end. You have seen the dims. Let us get these up in our hands. Let us get up in their business. Again, a reminder, this is the red line. It kind of is a variation of the regular 417, and then it's got the distinct case back, the red pusher. But for the purposes of a proper watch war, let's pretend this is the readily available and non-limited 417. Love them both. They are very, very similar, to register chronographs. Obviously very different handset, very different bezel. And somewhat comically, okay, the history of the Hanhart associated with Steve McQueen, the Nivada associated with Flipper. Flipper was a dolphin, and there's a TV show in the 60s where Flipper was going around helping them solve murders from inside his aquarium. I don't know if they ever let Flipper out into the ocean to help solve murders on the high seas, but that's that's the Nivada's claim to fame. But do not denounce it because it is a fabulous watch despite its aquatic dolphin affiliation. I find that so funny. Steve McQueen or a dolphin, who is cooler? All right, get to it, D. Bracelet. These both come on bracelet or strap options. In both cases, the Hanhart wins. The Hanhart strap is a blunt strap, and it is so epically gorgeous that the Nivada strap would not even compete here. We're going to just give it the point for bracelet to Hanhart, and also clasp. It's got a superior clasp as well. You know what, D? You really should have them here. I should have them here, shouldn't I? And we're back with the bracelets. The end links are not attached, so the Hanhart links are upstairs with those really fabulous twin quick release push buttons on them. So that's one of the reasons why it's superior, and it just feels better. It just feels like higher quality. That's the Hanhart with the Nivada. Not a bad bracelet per se, but also nothing out of the unusual. The Hanhart has that bit of an unusual aspect to it. There's maybe one more divot of non-quick adjustment for a pin pusher. It's a fine bracelet, kind of a beads of rice style there, but nothing to really warrant it standing out. Certainly better than a lot of the Seiko bracelets. So for this portion of it, Hanhart is getting the bracelet point and the clasp point. Continuing with exterior, bezel and bezel insert, I'm going to award to Nivada. The bezel there's more functionality. There are numbers going around it, and since there is no insert over here, this automatically gets the point there. So bezel, Nivada is sweeping the bezel category there. The case, they're pretty much finished to the same quality. They both have sapphire, so that's a draw there and there. Case back, I'm going to award to the Hanhart. Even though this one has the special red line case back, it has the regular 417 has a relief on the case back, whereas this one just has a minor engraving on it. So nothing special with the case back here, but with the Hanhart, you get a little more finishing with that. The crown, both of them are push in, both of them are signed, so draw there, and there are no crown guards, so also a draw. Diameter, they're both 39. The Nivada is listed as 38, but the bezel has a bit of an overhang, so their reading of 38 is not counting the bezel. I am counting the bezel, so diameter is a draw. Height is getting awarded to Hanhart because it is several bits smaller. We've got 13.3 millimeters on Hanhart, 13.75, very minor. They're going to pretty much feel and wear the same, but the reality is the Hanhart is thinner there. Lug width, both of these are 20 millimeters, so that is a draw. Lug to lug, also going to Hanhart. It's going to wear a little better on your wrist. 45.7 versus, oh my gosh, use your big boy words, D. 45.7 millimeters lug to lug here, 46.5 here, so a full millimeter of distance. And you know, you can tell a little bit looking at it, but when we see it on wrist, you'll get a better sense of wrist presence on my 6.5 inch wrist. They both have 100 meters of water resistance, so that is a draw. And weight, coming to weight. Now I'm going to start weighing these watches with the watch head only in order to get it to be absolutely fairest of the fair. And that point is going to the Nivada. The weight is coming in at 69 grams versus 75 grams. Not an awful lot. It's not like the difference between steel and titanium, but point to the Nivada and on that one for coming in a little bit thinner. Too funny. So at the end of the exterior, we have Hanhart pulling away 5 points to 3. Moving to the interior, the dial. I'm going to award that point to the Nivada, if for no other reason than it has that additional little red section there, almost like you could use this as a regatta watch or a stake timer. Otherwise, both dials are very clean. The rehaut, neither one of them is making use of its rehaut. It may look like it is, but it's not. Both of those tracks on each watch, those tracks are firmly planted on the dial itself, so that is a draw. Lume is going to the Hanhart, and I will insert a lume shot here so that you can see what that looks like. It's just blowing it out of the water. There's just more lume. Those numbers are loomed up, and even though the Nivada has the larger broad arrow hour hand, all that other lume on the numbers for the Hanhart is just singing like a song. Handset. This is a toughie because I am a self-confessed lover of the syringe style handset. Now, that doesn't mean that the Nivada, the point's going to Hanhart, it doesn't mean that the Nivada handset is not as attractive. It is, to be fair, but as I look at it, you know what, this is the most subjective section of the video of the watch war. I'm a sucker for syringe hands, but the leaf style hand on the Hanhart is larger than the second hand of the Nivada, so there's some more functionality there. And based on that lume shot, we just saw that legibility isn't a problem. So handset is going to the Hanhart. And as of the second section, Hanhart 7, the Nivada 4. Movement. This is kind of a strange one. And as much as they are both using the same Sellita base, 510, but the Nivada has got a different variant of it. The Hanhart has the 510M. The Nivada is the 510M BHB. So, you know what? It has a higher power reserve. We're looking at 63 hours versus 58. So that's 2 of those points to the Nivada. They both have the same complications, and I believe they will both probably have the same service cost. So the Nivada is more or less sweeping the movement section and coming in at 7 to 6 at this stage. And you know what? Nivada is on the comeback trail. Lastly, market. Well, price. The Hanhart is far and above more expensive, coming in at $24.60 on strap versus the Nivada at $19.75. That's about a $500 differential there. And while I will say the Bund strap that these come on is absolutely out of this world amazing, and it's a $200 add-on. I haven't had the Nivada leather strap in person. I'm sure it's just fine, but it's not going to be the same as the Bund. It's just not. But be that as it may, because this is the cost category, the Nivada is winning that point. Value, I'm calling it a draw. I think in either case, you're getting a great watch with great heritage at either price point. Draw. Resale. I'm giving that point to the Hanhart, and the reason is twofold. As I've witnessed it, the Hanhart is going to be easier to resell at approximately what you made for it more easily, whereas the Nivada will take a little bit of a hit. But moreover, the Hanhart 1954s occasionally go out of stock, at least in the US they do, and that can be a driver for someone wanting to buy one on the secondary market at close price point to what it would be for new, assuming it's in good shape. So resale point is going to the Hanhart. And drum roll, please. Our winner, very narrowly, is the Hanhart. Gosh, love the Hanhart. Reminder, we weren't judging the red line, but just the regular Hanhart. Love both of these watches, and I'm going to keep both of these watches. Let's get them both on wrist so you can see how it looks on my 6.5-inch wrist. Ba-bam. There we have it on that beautiful single pass strap from Haveston. Periodically someone will write in the comments, hey D, how come your watches aren't running? Because it is an absolute chore to have to stop the recording process to set them back to approximately the same minute hand part, which is why having a pair of manual watches is so fabulous for this review. Looking gorgeous. I think this, I like the camo version for the Nivada. I prefer the single pass with the straight blue, brown, and silver for the Hanhart. Just kind of works for me. This is more of a flyboy colorway, whereas this is kind of more of lends itself to a diver colorway for all those tactical urban adventures we go on. And another Babam. Gorgeous. Gorgeous BR82 silicone rubber strap on the Nivada. I saw on Haveston's website they had pictures of the Moon Swatch. Moon Swatch, heavens to Betsy, no. The Moon Watch on it, and it looked pretty great. So after I'm done with the video, I may have to try this on my Moonie. But I like having it on a diver, and this is more or less a semi-diver. Kind of, you know, Chronomaster Aviator C diver. Rather like it. You know, Nivada, don't feel bad, baby. You were only 1 point off the Hanhart, and considering how hard it is to be objective, that was a pretty good score. Another watch war. Who knew? Hanhart and Nivada coming neck and neck in the great debate, in the great war itself. Time for our giveaway. Reminder, the giveaway items are one of the rubber straps, one of the single pass straps, and a box of the good ones. Everyone's, well, you know what, maybe it's not everyone's, it's my favorite part of the video. The phrase that pays. Yo D, I'm in the XYZ. XYZ means your country, I need to know where I'm shipping. So, yo D, I'm in the XYZ, and I got to have me some of those Haveston straps and the good ones. That is the phrase that pays. Make sure you get the phrase right when you write to me in the comments, because if you don't get the phrase right, you're not going to win. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nod, nod. Major shout out, major thanks to Alex at Haveston for sponsoring this giveaway, and Mike at CountyCom. Cannot wait to share the good ones in a future video. It's so nice to be able to bring these items to you, the audience, because why not? Share in the love, share in the hobby. And I hope that wherever you are in this wonderful, beautiful hobby of ours, you're doing well, that you're blessed. We will catch you in the next one. Peace. If you'd like to support the channel, head over to hobbyofhours.com. We've got artwork, coffee mugs, hats, t-shirts, and even a watch book. 1001 Watch Designs, Volume 1. Over 1,000 designs in here. Steampunk, super futuristic, kaleidoscope, even super real ones. Watches that you could probably put on your wrist today. It's a great way to support the channel. Thanks for coming along on the ride.